आईच्या पहिले people who are supposed to chair have already put my views on the chairperson who is supposed to chair this meeting, a public hearing where we don't find the collector or his people being here to preside over. Neither can we see the consultants, neither can we see any of these people. When we try to take up the issue, I could see the arrogance in the collector, which I would put as a record on the minutes when you are making, which I believe is a continuation of the present arrogance of this particular present government. When we come to CZMA plans, first and foremost I would like to understand from the presiding officer or his team, what happens to all those meetings that happened in the past, a public hearing which was so-called on 7th of March 2021, what happens to the village plans that we have submitted, what happens to the panchayat that they had written about, like if I take my panchayat, Kanadi Franca and Salvador Dimun, what happens to the whole suggestions that they have given, whether they are supposed to be included in these particular minutes, is this public hearing to be a fresh, or are those particular earlier part going to be a part of these minutes? I would want the presiding officer, somebody from the collector, so accordingly I can proceed.
Sir, everything is on record. Whatever has come in written form or in the previous consultation which we had held on 7th of March, everything is on record.
So whatever we have given you as communication,
Everything is on record.
whatever
Yes.
we have given to you as communication by email,
Yes, sir.
other than what we are talking here,
Thanks.
will be a part of the minutes of the meeting.
Everything.
Thank you. Goa, we believe, is one of the smallest states on the western coast of India. It's a state which is known for its pristine beaches, estuaries, rivers, and proudly we can say the world's hottest biodiversity hotspots. That is the western Ghat. These ecological spaces are unique and support diverse life forms, including the human beings. CRZ, when we talk about CRZ, having been promulgated in the year after the survey was done somewhere in 1972, we had the CRZ notification issued in the year 1991. I would like to be on record that there are no records for the existing structure as of 1991, as resurvey of the land in Goa is not done after 1972. Hence, it is difficult to assess the existing structure in the FSI due to lack of proper documentation. There was a survey which was proposed and done somewhere in 2005. I would like to know whether that will be considered for issuing permissions for repair works and for regularization of existing structures in CRZ zones. When we look at this particular whole hearing, the public hearing, there are a lot of issues that come to our mind. We have been quite vocal on all these issues when it comes to Goa, and I think I would agree with all my fellow colleagues from Goa who spoke before me as speakers, who collectively are fully one opinion that we need to have a proper plan in place. We are for the plan, but the plan needs to be as what we want, which is in the interest of Goa for long. If that is not achieved, then I think whatever plans will be done in the ahead unscientifically will only damage what Goa is as of today. When we start with a consultant, I would like to keep it on record that a plan is not by the people or what the people told, and neither is it people friendly. Neither is it readable by the common man, because when we talk about Goa, we talk about 105 kilometers roughly of the coastline. We talk about a large fraternity of fishing population, people who are in fishing business, people who are fisherfolk, who have been staying along the coastline, and I doubt whether till date they have been able to understand what actually you are trying to do. When we have this National Center for Sustainable Coastal Management, Chennai, which was appointed as a consultant in 2014 to prepare the CZMP 2021, I believe you all have already paid him an amount of roughly about 3 crores of rupees. Why was the consultant hired? Why was the 3 crores paid when till date we have not been able to even see what is on the plan? I believe NIO in Goa would have more ground knowledge of this Goa landscape if they would have been preferred. This same NIO was in the same list of empanelment when it came to deciding upon the consultants for Goa. So what love happened suddenly for NCSCM, I think the government needs to tell us. When they took NCSCM on board, I am very vocal and I would like to make a charge that there is a conflict of interest. A conflict of interest since NCSCM comes under MOEF as per their own website. And the CZMP is also under MOEF. Then in this case, the plan should have been developed by a neutral third party and not NCSCM. Then only we can say that we are able to get a fair view where objections have been raised from the morning by my friends in this arena, when we are only trying to say something that what we have been trying to put across in the last few hearings as guinea pigs are only going as records and statements but not actually coming back to us as what we have done. This whole exercise only shows one indicative part that actually the entire situation is controlled by MOEF, including finalizing the CZMP. A neutral party, I believe, would have been putting a very balanced view. We have paid them a lot of money. The plan is still complicated. What does the government have to say in this regard? Why is the plan not readable to the common man? Most of our people will be affected by this plan are from the fishing community, as I said earlier. How will they understand this plan? The government is to specify. When we talk about going in different parts of the coastal belt, and especially our villages, I realized that there was no ground truthing done. So which was the plan that was a referral plan for this NCSCMS guy to define and tell us where actually the CRZ lines, how it is going to go about, when your consultant is paid about 3 crores of rupees, and till date you don't find a ground truthing done. Isn't this a loss to the exchequer other than having Goa at stake? We come to the port limits. When we come to the port limits, my friends have already put a large piece of it and they have spoken in detail. My only question is, today you guys have removed that port limits. There was a haphazard marking of port limits in this riverine areas. Who did this? Who had done this marking of these port limits? And when it was removed, what is the status as of date? We know about MPT and MPT port lines. We know what is happening. So now if there are no defined port limits which are shown, what do we take out of this? Is it that there are no port limits, or there are port limits which you have taken just to take care of our voices? That needs to be cleared, because you have not been telling us anything as far as this part is concerned. We have had an example of MPT in the past who has been using our water areas. They have been permitted by GCZMA or any other authority. We are not clear because MPT says they bypass all rules. Khazan has been an identity and Khazan committees have been formed in the past. Khazan lands, we are talking these days, the government talks about being Atmanirbhar and also talks about being Swayambhurna. When we want to be Atmanirbhar and Swayambhurna, the COVID situation has only taught us one thing, that we can find our solace at least somewhere in our fields that our people used to own in the past. There are concerns when it comes to Khazan, there are concerns when it comes to our mangroves, there are concerns which comes to all these things which are complicated in nature, and someone in the local vicinity needs to be coming and talking to us about this. For which we had requested the government that the plans need to go village-wise. The villages, we have told people who know the villages very well before they were being developed, as they are being developed, the bunds which stood at that particular time, the bunds which are broken today. This history is available only with the people in our villages, which you guys cannot afford to lose. For which today, if the plan should have been going back to the villages, that it should have been discussed. In our village, we took the plan back. We discussed. We gave a detailed plan, taking Google, taking every particular technology. We have given you the whole thing. I really don't know what is the status. Neither our panchayats have received a reciprocal letter to understand, to discuss this issue further. Neither do we know whether you guys have understood this matter. Now, when it comes to Khazan, the Goa government constituted a 11-member panel under Dr. Simon D'Souza to prepare a draft plan for management of Khazan lands in Goa. The same panel will also prepare a plan for fishermen communities, what I have been made to understand, who are living in the CRZ in this state. And this notification was 8/9/2020. Till date, nothing from this report has been taken to my understanding except for demarcation of Khazan land. What happened to those recommendations is something that this government will have to keep and make us understand what they have done. When the committee gives a report, it has to come into the map or not is something which the government needs to clarify, because we are in the dark. We are made to understand that this plan is in the offing, and whatever recommendations of the panel appointed by the same government, whether it has been accepted and put in the whole plan is still not known to us. When we come back to the Khazan land, I remember as a revenue minister I had put up safety bund reports, where all reports which were of the bunds which were not safe, which were broken, all reports Mamlatdars had made. Have you all taken this as a referral report is something which I would like to know. Because from this particular area, if I talk about a lot of people from Agasai have spoken their thoughts. And I think Tamrai or some Khazan there has been one of the major points where salinity and water coming back has been the same. We have been trying to address this particular problem. Can the police just hold? We have been trying to address this problem in various forms. As of today, you have tenant associations who are in charge of looking after these funds, or you have soil conservation department from the WID who would look at tendering such works and getting the works done. But this is not a thing what I want to say. What I want to ask you today is because of this bunds breaking, water is coming, salinity has increased, and there are buffer areas which are formed. One side, we want to increase our Khazans. The report, if I go by Dr. Simon D'Souza's report, roughly about 18,500 Khazan land is submitted. But in reality, I believe under Khazan and mangroves, which have come up in these particular areas, both need to be counted, which means Khazan land is much more. Now, if we need to protect this Khazan land, how will the Caesar MP protect this entire Khazan land is something which the government needs to open up. The Caesar MP has to open up and tell us. There are mangroves in Khazan land. To get rid of these areas, which is going to take substantial time, even when you would talk about repairing of the bunds, it's going to take substantial time. What is the role of the government in particularly this part? Because end of the day, we are talking about Caesar MP plan, and we need to protect our Khazans. Whether the government is going to take the responsibility for repair of the bunds, and if they are not repaired, then the salt water again will ingress into the Khazan land. Again, we will have fallow lands there, and we will not be able to do our agriculture activities, what is to be done in the past. I would like to get on record, there are a lot of areas which have been converted from CRZ2 to CRZ1 or a lot of areas which were earlier CRZ1 have been made into CRZ2. I have got on record earlier through my correspondence also that the old Ribandar Causeway, which has been quite historical right from the liberation time, from Pinja Circle to Ribandar, the CRZ is demarcated as CRZ2 instead of CRZ1. Traditionally, we have had a lot of salt tanks, other things happening in this area. Suddenly, that CRZ1 becoming CRZ2. What is the whole intent behind this is something the GCRMA has to speak about, whether they are aware, they are in the know-how, or they don't know about this. Today, we are talking about reverting of Khazan lands. Once the Khazan lands are damaged due to saline water, it will take years to bring the land back to its original form. To bring these areas back to Khazans, what is your plan of action? This land which needs to be brought reclaimed, then my people would love to do agriculture, is something the government needs to speak about, and that only if properly said, we'll talk about Swayambhurna Goa and Atmanirbhar Goa. Today roughly about 70 villages, fishing villages are in Goa. 75% population is dependent on fishing. We have about 105 kilometers of coastline in Goa. And the draft Caesar MP plan speaks of fishing wards and not fishing villages. What is the idea of bringing in fishing wards instead of fishing villages? The whole idea of getting fishing villages was keeping in continuity and providing benefits to the fishermen community. By bringing the concept of wards, which is actually you can call it as a colony, the entire purpose of providing benefits to the fishing community gets defeated. These type of instances have been there in our village of Penadipranka in Porvorim. Maybe the similar type of instances will be there in other areas. I would urge upon this particular public hearing that the word of fishing wards be taken out and fishing villages be incorporated for the benefit of the fishing community. I believe the High Court in 2007 to 2010, fishing villages did not have any document to prove their houses. So to save their houses, fishing villages were identified in a state like Maharashtra. Whether we can go on the same lines. I think there
The
is
next
no...
speaker, please.
Last 2 points, madam. Last 2 points.
The next speaker. Speaker number 28, Ajay Kolkar. Speaker number 28, Ajay Kolkar.